This is my 8-year review of Vitamix. Some people call it Vitamix. I call it Vitamix. You can decide what you want to call it. But this device has held up the test of time, through the test of time. Blended a lot of things with this, such as smoothies. I even grind coffee, flaxseed, and other things. I even ground wheat berries to make flour with this. So it does a lot of things. The propeller is in here. One thing to notice is the propeller. There's some sort of discoloration that happens over time. It's still fine. It doesn't leak. It doesn't break or anything like that. It's still the blade. I wouldn't call it the propeller. I'd call it the blade. It still cuts. It still grinds. Still does what it did when I first bought this. And so one of the things about Vitamix is that they last a long time before you need to replace them. And that's one of the reasons why I got the Vitamix, because I kept on getting blenders before this, different brands, and they kept on breaking down and not holding up the test of time. So I ended up spending a little bit more money and got the Vitamix, and it's very simple. As you can see, the controls down here, fairly simple device, but it just does not break. It really holds up through the test of time. So this is the pitcher, and one thing about the pitcher, it is plastic or polycarbonate, whatever you want to call it. It does fog up, because when I first got this, it was crystal clear, and you could see all the way through the pitcher, and now it's not. It's kind of foggy, and I've tried different methods on cleaning it, such as vinegar. I've used dish soap. I've used a lot of different methods to try to get this fogginess away. And from what I've read, this is just something that you're going to have to live with this type of container. But it doesn't break. You can drop this, and it still stays intact. And I guess that's the most important thing, that it doesn't break, rather than aesthetics. But I enjoy it. So here's the top with this. It comes with the top. It's a rubber top, and then it just fits on top, and it snaps into place with these little hooks on the end. There's also something right here. This top comes off to where you can put a plunger. I have a plunger for this. You can plunge things down in there to make sure that they get down and blended together. And when you're done, you put it back like this. Now, one thing about the top that I like, it is dishwasher safe. I just simply take this off, put this in the dishwasher, put this in the dishwasher, and it comes out clean. One thing I don't like, or I actually don't mind, is the pitcher itself cannot go in the dishwasher. You have to hand wash this every single time. Or there's a method that you can actually put water, a couple of drops of dish soap in here, fill it up with water, and blend it for, several, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. It may even go up to a minute, and it's supposed to clean out the inside with that. Now, it does a really good job if you're doing it right after blending something. But if you've waited a couple of minutes and then tried to do this method, you're going to have to use some sort of cloth and a little bit of elbow grease to clean out the inside. So that's the pitcher. Now I'm going to show you the inside of the pitcher. There it is right here. There's the blade. And then at the bottom of the pitcher is right here is the connection that connects the pitcher to the base. Now, with this right here, they say do not take this off while it's still spinning. You want to make sure that the unit is completely stopped before you take it off or put it back on. And I'll tell you this, because this right here can get stripped, and I believe there's some stripping going on here by accident. This can get stripped if you pull it out too soon or put it in too soon. So you want to make sure that this is completely stopped before you put it on or take it off. So that's the top. All right, so I'm going to place this to the side for a second, and then I'm going to talk about the body of the Vitamix. So this is a fairly simple Vitamix. This right here is quite heavy. It's a large motor in there. It's actually a 2.2 horsepower motor in here that really gets this blender going and enables it to really chop and blend up really tough situations. So here is the insert that goes in right here. This is rubber on the outside. When you're done, sometimes a lot of food or blender mess gets caught down here. You could just simply wipe that off. So this is rubber. This does not come off, even though it appears like it does. It does not come all the way off. So you're just going to have to wipe it, and occasionally, you can see right here, you can have to wipe the edges of this. That's a little bit of con, but not too bad because this machine is a workhorse. So that's that. And then the controls on this right here, you have your pulse control right here, and you have your start and stop. And this knob on the middle determines the speed. You can go all the way up from 1 to 10. Now, in order to turn this on, let me go ahead and put the top on right here. There is a power switch on the side as well as this right here. And I guess this is for safety. You have to make sure this is on or off. That's the power switch. When you see the red, the power switch is on. If it's plugged in, and the lights turn on right here. All right, you can select your speed, and you can do a pulse. Make sure the thing is flat on the ground. You can do your pulse, and it's good for pulsating. Or you can turn it on after you select your speed, and it really gets going. So once it's on, you can adjust the speed. I generally keep it at 10, but occasionally I'll take it down to a little bit lower speed, and it works. Now let me show you the cable underneath. Let me make sure it's off first. Underneath this there's a cable, or the cord. It unravels. So say for instance you need more cord because it's too short, you can unravel this and extend it in places. And another thing to note, that it does get dirty underneath occasionally, so you might want to sponge or wipe that up occasionally. So after 8 years, this blender has really held up the test of time. Aesthetically, it's kind of not very appealing, but if you are an avid smoothie drinker or you avid cooker, this may be the type of blender for you. So that's my 8-year review. It's a great blender. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll respond back to you as soon as I read them. Thanks a lot for watching.